It's funny because when I was younger, I wanted to be a dentist, but I met a friend of my mother, and she is an English translator, and she has a translation company. And when I started to see her and what she was doing, she attended to congresses. She traveled a lot. She had like all this boss lady personality, and I told my mom I want to do what she does. And then I realized that I loved languages, especially English, and I also realized that I was intrigued about different cultures and all that stuff. So, well, then when I graduated from high school, I decided to get into the English translation track, let's say. And well, here I am. I think the love for languages and the love for different cultures are like two really important components if you want to work in the localization industry. And I think it's something that at some point motivates everyone working here.
Well, I've always been passionate about languages, and my studies and my career have so far revolved around languages and this industry. Yeah, and we're connected to it from, one angle or another. So what attracted me in the localization industry specifically is that it has a variety of roles to offer depending on your skills and passions. So if you like languages, but you also, have strong communication skills or analytical skills or more technical skills, you're interested in, programming and more technical stuff, there's something for everybody really. So you can, choose something which suits you, but at the same time still work with languages if you're into that. And yeah, I think that's really, really cool.
I wasn't a very sociable boy, so I always stayed in my home, played video games, like most probably competitive ones like PS or League of Legends or stuff like that at the beginning of my gaming era. So I was already into games. I consumed a lot of content, TV series, movies, so I loved content as well. Like when I started university, I already chose my department in translation and interpreting studies, so I kind of knew where I was going. And before I graduated, I saw a firm that just focused on localization, and I said, like, okay, this is nice. I love games. I love translation as well because still, like, I know pretty good English, kind of fluent in it. Like, I don't speak too much, so I'm having like stops here and there, but I know English very well. But still now, when I watch TV series or movies, I still watch them with Turkish subtitles because I love to criticize subtitles. Like, it's not pleasant to watch anything with me because I'm always like 5 seconds a subtitle. I'm like, okay, this is wrong. This could have been better. We need to do something about it. Like, it's not a pleasant experience. So that's why I started to work in localization.
My interest in pursuing a career in the localization industry started when I had an introduction to linguistics and translation class, where we researched existing materials that were translated from English to Tagalog and vice versa. And we actually had to identify which translation methods were used. I realized through that class that translations are so powerful beyond what consumers can comprehend, that our choice of translation method can affect how a certain book or movie or app will appeal to the target audience. Aside from that, I got to appreciate other translators' work as well, because I feel like it is only when you do translation work yourself that you will realize how challenging and time-consuming it is to translate from one language to another. Even if you are fluent in two different languages, that doesn't mean that you can effortlessly and effectively translate meanings.
Honestly, there was no motivation at all because me starting a career in the localization industry was a complete coincidence. A recruiter actually hit me up on LinkedIn with a job opportunity, and I was working at a translation agency at that time, but I was working in sales. So I had nothing to do with the actual translation processes. I was just doing numbers. So, I liked the job, and I thought it was a time for a change for me. So I took it. And that's how I ended up at the job that I'm currently at. However, I always loved film. I'm a big cinema freak, and I love watching movies and TV shows all the time. And I was really, really interested in dubbing for a few years now. Translation as well. I wanted to be a translator. I do right now as well, but maybe in the future, because right now I just want to do the job that I'm at right now and just pursue it and all. So no motivation at first, but now I have all the motivation in the world to pursue my career even further because I really love what I do.